Hey everybody, so I just wanted to share something really quick regarding divine encounters, expecting God, hearing God, all of that stuff. So I put out a video a few weeks ago. I can't even remember what the initial video was about, but I said that the Lord was going to have some of you drive to places and just intercede, right? So the reason why the lighting is so bad right now is because I'm in a parking garage at a hospital. Let me back up though and start with the first divine encounter. So earlier today, I went to this grocery store and I was looking for like specific communion crackers, golden cheese, not golden cheese. They don't sell golden cheese are my favorite, but Lance discontinued it. So I was like, let me get some goldfish crackers since I'm here. So I get the stuff from the grocery store, but I didn't realize that I bought the wrong flavor goldfish crackers. Like they weren't good. So I was like, well, I need some crackers, for my stomach. Let me stop at this other store. This other store, I do not shop at this store. If I'm at this store, I just don't shop here. I just don't. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't shop at that store. So I go in this store. I'm looking for the crackers. They're completely out. They don't have it either, right? So then this guy walks up and he's like, your man says, come on. So I started looking around. I was like, my what? I was like, where is he at? Please let me know. Point me in his direction, please. And he started following me. He was like, it's me, I'm him. So I started laughing. I was like, does that really work for you? Then I was like, okay, I never heard that before. I'll give you a half a point for that. We're talking, right? So then he follows me to the next aisle. Say whatever he says. He asked for my number. Didn't get it, but it's okay. He asked for my number, and then he started telling me he was in the military and I guess he's disabled. So I started asking questions, and he starts to share with me how he has seizures and things like that. So I was like, well, what, I'm going to pray for you. Like, what causes the seizures? He said, whenever I get overheated and if I get too angry. So I was like, you out here letting people make you so mad that you start having a seizure? So he started telling me about a female, and I was like, so you're letting women cause you to have seizures? So we're talking, and I was like, see, I said, you thought you were trying to get my number, but God sent me here to pray for you. I was like, I'm going to pray for you. I got his name and all of that stuff. So I told him I'm going to be praying regarding, the seizures, the spirit of rage, because when I tell you, I was like, I could look at him and tell, and I was like, God, if this man start manifesting in this grocery store aisle and start knocking stuff down, how am I going to explain this to these people? Okay, you could see it, all right? So I was like, yeah, the Lord just sent me here. I said, they don't even have the stuff I want. He literally sent me here for you. So that's one divine encounter, right? Then later, like a couple of hours later, I go to get something to eat, right? Go to this restaurant, get my food, get in the car, and out of nowhere I say, I should just go sit in the hospital parking lot and eat this. Then I was like, no, I'm not. Then I was like, well, I did release a video saying the Lord was going to tell certain people to go certain places. And I was like, but he didn't tell me to go to the parking lot. It just came out of nowhere. And Holy Spirit checked me, because sometimes you just have knowings, right? When it comes to the prophetic, sometimes you just know a thing. It's like, well, I don't know where it came from. I just know this is what I'm supposed to do. So he checked me on that. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to the hospital to eat my food, and I'm going to pray. I'm just going to sit in the parking lot and intercede, right? So I didn't care what section. I didn't think about what section to go to. I was like, as long as I'm in a parking garage, because it's really hot, like, I don't care about anything else. I come to the hospital. I thought I was on one road what the hospital was on, but I wasn't. I was on a different road. So then I had to turn back, and I was like, okay, I was like a road over. I turned back, come to the stop sign, pull into the hospital, and I'm in front of the emergency room, and I don't think that's a coincidence. So I turned, come get a spot. It was the last park. The last park right here at this opening. And I've seen some people walk through here too. But guess what? The last shall be first. So it's okay. So I sat here. I ate my food. The people that I saw going in or coming out, I prayed over them, prayed over their loved ones, right? Eating my food, taking my time. Then I put it down, start interceding. So I start praying different things, binding up stuff, loosing stuff, commanding stuff, asking thanking the Lord for the angels that he has surrounded, even though we can't say, all of that. Thanking Holy Spirit for moving throughout all of these buildings, everything. Still interceding for people that I see, interceding for the staff. We don't need them to get weary or mistreat people. Then I started interceding for people that are having kids, covering the children with the blood, praying against birth defects, saying these children are going to be committed to the Lord, all of that, right? Whoo, don't cry. Okay, so then I was like, Holy Spirit, I don't think it's a coincidence that you had me to come to the emergency section, because right now there's an urgency and there's an emergency in the spirit, and many people they're still not getting it. They still don't realize it. There's an urgency, y'all. I promise you. Now, I don't know how long I've been sitting here eating my food. I didn't hear one siren. When I started praying regarding an urgency and an emergency in the spirit, what do I hear? The ambulance. The whole time there was no ambulance. But when I started praying for that, and I was like, Lord, I know that's just confirmation. There's an urgency in the spirit. So I just came to tell you all, to remind you all, first of all, of the word I released, and to encourage you to just obey God, no matter how crazy or silly you think it seems, how silly you think like it makes you feel. Obey God, whatever it is he's telling you to do. How do I know? Somebody might have been on their deathbed, and because of this prayer, not because of me, because of the God I'm praying to, their life got extended. I don't know. I was praying over people that need different procedures and can't afford them, or people that are waiting on transplants. I ask God, give them creative miracles. You never know what your prayer can do. Some of you think, well, my little prayer, it's not going to make a difference. But you serve a big God. There is nothing little about our God. So yeah, I just wanted to encourage you to obey God. And lately, I'm telling you, the last few weeks, I just been crying. Holy Spirit been wearing me out. And I just keep asking God, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? When I tell you the acceleration of the Lord is here, it's like so much that I've been praying for, or so much that has been prophesied over me, or so many things that God has told me. It seems like it's just coming back to back. Like stuff is just happening. It's like the puzzle pieces are coming together, and I just keep crying and asking, like, God, what are you doing? God, what are you doing? God, what are you doing? And it doesn't matter if you or anybody else doesn't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I go where I go, but I'm obeying God at the end of the day, and I encourage you to be the same. So yeah, I just wanted to come and share that with you all. I actually feel a release to leave. Like, I can leave now. But yeah, obey God. Bye, y'all.